Good morning, everybody. Lee Brower here, and welcome to this week's edition of Meaningful Monday. I am grateful to be here, and I am glad to be here. Can you believe that we're 90% of the way through 2019? Can you believe that we're 99% of the way through this current decade? We're moving into a new decade. Are you prepared? Have you started planning for it? Is it too early to start planning? Look, it's not too early to start showing Christmas decorations, so perhaps it's not too early to start planning. Many of you are probably like me, impatient. It's one of my biggest challenges. I don't like to wait for traffic lights. I don't like to wait for the internet to upload. I don't like for books to end. We live in a time where people are championing instant gratification. Knowledge without learning, intimacy without love, and even food without cooking. One researcher even talks about a new skill that so many of us are developing. I'm not one of them. I'm not good at this at all. But it's the ability to maintain eye contact with someone while texting someone else. We want to be in two places at once, doing two things at once, and wouldn't it be wonderful if we could just do what we really want to do to become who we're really capable of becoming. I love John Wooden's definition of success. He talks about success is the peace of mind that comes from the self-assurance of knowing that you are doing everything that you can do to become the best that you can become. I intend to make this next decade the best decade of my life. But it begins with planning. And it's not in the plan, it's in the planning. Churchill told us that. Eisenhower told us that. It's in the planning. But have you ever set a plan that accomplished just the way that you wanted it to happen? I believe I saw a Harvard business study several years ago where they surveyed successful businesses that had been successful for 10 years or longer. And they discovered that about 95% of them had changed their original business plan. The important thing was that they got into motion in a specific direction with specific principles in order to achieve it. How far do you have to lift the anchor to get the boat in motion? You only have to lift it that far, and then you're in motion. So having that vision and knowing where you're going is the key thing. I'm preparing already to do my 2019 video to myself that I won't look at till 2020. How many of you have started doing that? I've shared this for the last several years, and several people have told me it's one of the most amazing things that they've done. You look at it through the line, and I look at my year through the lens of true wealth. This year I'm going to do something completely different. I'll talk to you about my new closet that I'm building. And that closet is the key to my success in the new decade. That's coming in a future Meaningful Monday. But be thinking right now, if you could do a video to yourself on December 30th or December 31st, challenging yourself for those things and those ideas that you set forth for 2020. And then come back and look at it exactly 1 year later without looking at it in between. That's the key. Now I look forward to that. I know how they start. I know how my one for 2019 starts. I don't know exactly what it says, but this I do know. Not once has everything that I planned for come to fruition. Sometimes more in different areas, sometimes different in different ways, but also that unexpected swipe. So what does that tell me? That tells me what's most important is the journey. To enjoy the journey, because it's just preparing us for the next island that we see. I think of it this way. Great entrepreneurs, great leaders are able to see an island out there, and they can describe it to others, the beautiful palm trees, the white sand, the coconuts that fall off, the beautiful blue skies. Let's go. Let's go. And then as we're in progress towards that, we now have the ability to see an even bigger island. But if we hadn't have been prepared to get to that island, we would have never seen the even bigger or greater island. Motion, motion, motion. So it breaks down to what's the smallest step I can take today that's going to move me closer to that. So it starts for me by preparing everything that I'm going to need to do my video that says if I'm sitting here on December 31st of 2020, what has to have happened for me to feel I've made meaningful progress in those areas of my life I value most. So my intent today is to get you to start thinking about that now. There'll be more about that in future Meaningful Mondays. Make life meaningful. I'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.